Hi, I'm Debbie Reynolds, and I'm going to spend just a couple of minutes today introducing myself to you, perhaps in a way that you've never heard before. You know, it's so easy. We sit on the opposite side of a screen or a monitor, and we listen to someone, we hear from someone, but we don't really know what that person is all about. And you're sitting there thinking, is she real or is he real? Well, yes, there are real people on the other side who are talking to you, and we very much have lives. So I'll tell you a little bit about myself. First of all, I am a daughter, a mom, a wife, a grandmother, and a doting aunt and great aunt, to numerous nephews and to a couple of nieces. And I have so many great friends in my life who have been family for me, who have filled the role of family for me on multiple occasions. So all of those people are so very, very special to me. I'm fortunate that I have a big extended family, and that's important to me. The time that we get to spend together, although it's very rare, is incredibly special to me. So family's always meant an awful lot to me. It's just been pretty much everything. Raising my daughter, I've got to tell you, was probably my favorite role ever. I was a single mom for a number of years. I know many of you out there are going through that too, but I'll have to tell you, I embraced it. We made the best of it, and we had the best time. I absolutely loved it. My daughter says to this day she feels like she never missed a beat, and she didn't. The thing is, people will sometimes say, what was your favorite role? What was your favorite phase that she went through? And I always will pause and say, I didn't have a favorite one. The favorite one was whichever one she was in at the time, because I truly enjoyed and treasured everything about being a mom. So that tells you a little bit about me right there. But then we can move on to what kind of things do I like to do? Well, I do like to do a lot more than work, okay? And although being in the network marketing arena sometimes doesn't feel like work, it still is work. It's still my job. It's still what I go to and do every day. But in my spare time, then I absolutely love few other things. Number one is going to the beach, spending time by the ocean, listening to the waves come in, watching the sunsets, and just enjoying the time around the water. It can even be a mountain stream, and I'll enjoy that too. But my favorite place to go is to the ocean. I love going to the British Virgin Islands and sailing through the islands. I've been on numerous sailing trips there. And we'll go down and we'll rent a catamaran or a powerboat and spend a week or 10 days down there just cruising through the islands, stopping on multiple ones. And I love it. It's absolutely divine because the water is so beautiful. I like to travel. In case you have not gotten that hint, I do enjoy going to different places. I like to see what the culture is in different locations, and like to taste the food in different locations. So those are some things that are very special to me. In the fall, I also enjoy, you can look, college football. I'm a huge college football fan. So I would probably watch the devil himself play football. He played on Saturdays in the fall. But I am a Tennessee volunteer. I did graduate from the University of Tennessee, and so that's the school that I support. And I reside in Tennessee at this point in time in my life. So I'm an incredible fan. I go to almost all of the home games, but you can find me on any day that there's not a home game. I'm sitting at home glued to the television, and I especially love getting up early on a Saturday morning when there's crisp fall air outside, walking outside, drinking my cup of coffee, coming back in, turning on College Game Day while I have a candle of pumpkin spice burning in the background. Those are some special times to me. I love it. So in addition to that, I enjoy hanging out with friends, going out to eat with friends. My husband and I do quite a bit of that. And I also love to shop. So just saying, I don't always have to buy, but I do like to shop. And I like to shop in the stores where I can see and touch things. So I buy things online, but I'm not a crazy online shopper. When I'm really hardcore about it, I'm going to go to the stores and get my hands on those clothes and just, or whatever it is I'm buying, and see what it's all about. So those are some things that I can tell you about my life. I've always been very interested in helping other people. As a young child, I wanted to be either a doctor or a nurse. And as I got a little bit older, maybe like teen years, then I started thinking, well, maybe not a doctor, because that's going to require a lot more education. It's going to require a lot more commitment, and the hours may be a lot longer once I get out of school. So if I want to have a family, then maybe that's not the best career field for me. I know people blend that beautifully these days, but back then, as I'm going to call it, it was not quite as common for women to be physicians. And I went on to college, started in the field of nursing, went through 3 years of nursing, and then changed my major. Pretty crazy, right? But I actually changed it to a field that I loved, which was human development and personal relations. And that field suits me to a T because it still enabled me to help people. I got to work with a lot of kids, but it also got a lot into the whole relationship aspects of people. And that's something that I really enjoy learning about and enjoy having relationships with people and friendships. But that's one of those things that just worked out for the best. So I'm happy that it did. Here I am today in a place that I never thought I would end up, in network marketing. Between getting my degree and getting into network marketing, I taught kindergarten for a while, and then I was in corporate America in sales. So somewhere along the line, that sales thing kicked in. I guess the lure of maybe a higher income, the ability to be able to dictate my own schedule a little bit more, and then just the flexibility that I would have in sales that I would not have had with some other career fields. And so I went into corporate sales, had some phenomenal years there, did extremely well with some Fortune 500 corporations, and then ended up in the network marketing field. Now, I don't know that anybody ever starts out saying they want to be in network marketing, and I'm not quite sure that's a dream or a goal that anybody has, but I grew up being told that it was like, no, you don't do that. It's a get rich quick scheme. You don't want to do one of those things. And so when I researched it and I understood what it was, after a close friend came to me who was doing very, very well in a company, I decided I would give it a shot. And I absolutely love this field. And I'll tell you why. Because it appeals to the part of me that's always wanted to be a helper and an encourager. And those are probably two of the things that I do best and most. And I know that being an encourager is one of my strengths. I also have a strength of being very compassionate, very kind to people, and I want to see people succeed. I want people to feel better, to be the best versions of themselves. I've always just had that desire to help, whether it was the health end or now whether it's helping people improve their health through a different means other than being a nurse, or if it's help people improve their financial situation, if it's to help people improve their work stress and decrease that by being able to work from home. So there's numerous ways that I get to help people in this particular industry, that I get to encourage them, that I get to mentor them, and always inspire them to become the best version of themselves that they can and to have the very best life that they can. So that's a lot about me. It tells you a little bit more than what you would think from sitting there on the other side of the screen. I would love to meet you at some point in time, and whether we have met personally or not, if you're on the other side of this screen and you're watching me and watching my videos, then I've got to tell you, you are my friend. Thanks so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you again.